Kia ora whānau, back in the kitchen having a double day today. Just did some wax fire starters, but I wanted to do, forgive those cattails for looking as rough as they do. I had them in a paper bag full of fatwood shavings. So I just want to do a video on how I nitrate my cattail fluff, or Bullrush fluff, as it's Bullrush is how it's known in the southern hemisphere, not cattail, but for all intents and purposes we'll call it cattail. And I bought this potassium nitrate, I think it was about $14 New Zealand, so we'll say $7.50, $8 American. And I tell you what, you will nitrate, that's what's left in my first bag, and I've nitrated a whole pile of amadou with that and a huge amount of cattail already, and I've still got that left out of a kilo. I would recommend, I got this from a thrift store, I would recommend whatever you use, get it second hand from a thrift store or whatever, just a measuring cup, because we want to do 2 tablespoons of potassium nitrate per 1 cup of, try and get it as hot as you can out of your tap, just so we can stir it and dissolve the potassium nitrate. And then we're just going to pull our cattails apart, and I just use this as a takeaway container. So for your Chinese or your curry, clean it and put it aside. I'll put my cattail in there, the fluff, and then I'll make sure you've got some gloves, friends. You want some gloves on. And I just push my cattail down in the liquid so it soaks up, because it sort of repels the water a bit. And then I'll weigh it down with some rocks. I just cut out a bit of plastic to put on top so I can weigh it down, and then that just keeps it submerged. Otherwise, it seems to trap air and repel the liquid, so you've just sort of got to squeeze it and force it in there, and I usually let it soak for about 24 hours, and then I'll pull it out. It's supposed to be fine tomorrow. So I'll get a bit of cardboard, I'll lay out a bit of cardboard, make sure there's no breeze so it doesn't blow away. And I just dry mine out in the warm sun on a sunny day. And then you can bag her up and she's good as gold. So bear with me, I'll pause you and come back. Right friends, I've just filled that with, so 2 cups is 16 ounces, so 2 tablespoons per 8 ounces, or 1 cup of hot tap water. And then I've got my cattail in my containers, and I'll just fill up those containers till it covers the cattail, and then I'll put my gloves on and I'll squeeze the cattail so it soaks up that water, and then I'll put some plastic covers on them and just put some stones, some reasonable sized stones, something just to weigh down the lid, so it keeps the cattail submerged. And we'll just soak that for 24 hours, and then sunny day tomorrow, we'll just pull that out. We'll squeeze the cattail. You don't want to touch it too much until it dries. So I'll just get some cardboard. Get some cardboard boxes from the supermarket or whatever for free. And then just break them out flat and place your cattail on there. So it's pretty much all free except for the potassium nitrate, which is probably about $8 a kilo American. And you'll be surprised. Look, I'll try and estimate how much I use for this amount here. So I'll pause you and come back. Back again, whānau. So there we are, friends. I've pretty much, it was 2 cups per container of liquid with 4 level teaspoons of potassium nitrate. Yeah, so yeah, 2 per 8 ounces, so yeah, 16 ounces per container, so 4 level tablespoons. And yeah, what I do, friends, is I'll squeeze it, hold it under the liquid, squeeze it, and then I'll turn it over, squeeze it, press it, pull it apart, hold it under, squeeze it, so it's absorbing as much of that liquid as it can. And then what I'll do is I've got these cut out bits of plastic, and I'll just put something on top of that just to push it down under the liquid to help it absorb that liquid overnight. And really all you need is overnight, friends. Like whatever time I decide tomorrow and it's sunny midday, I can get my cardboard out and dry that in the afternoon. Yeah, and then we'll test it and see what it's like. I reckon it's far superior to char cloth. It burns as hot as char cloth, but the best thing about it is you can make up big bunches of this and it will keep. It won't go off like anything that you char. So if you make charred punkwood or char cloth, whatever you char, you've got to keep going through it and use it as often as you can to use it up, and do small batches. Otherwise, after a while, it becomes it loses its reactivity to catching a spark. Where, yeah, this is awesome. So there we go, friends. That's how I nitrate cattail. So I'll bring you back tomorrow. I'll keep this out of the reach of children. Yeah, thank you to my lovely wife. She doesn't mind me doing this in the kitchen because I always do the dishes first and tidy up afterwards. So there's a tip to you blokes out there with wives. Get permission first, see if it's okay, it doesn't upset the wife. And yeah, always clean up after yourself. So from Jason here in Real Water, yeah, I'll pause this and come back and show you the next step of drying it tomorrow, and then we'll have a play at the end of the day for a fire up Friday. So from Jason here, we'll pause your whānau and come back. Ka kite anō. Kia ora whānau. Yeah, just in the shed. This is how I soak my soak my nitrated cattail overnight. I just got our freezer out in the shed, so just sit it on the top there, and I've got some plastic lids just plastic that I can put down on top of it and then weigh it down with the rocks, just so it soaks up all that moisture. You can get a good idea there on the level. Yeah, so we've got a bit of sun in Real Water, so yeah, I might take these out and put them out on some cardboard and dry them in the sun now. So I'll pause you and come back. Kia ora whānau, back again. Yeah, so there's our 4 empty containers, couple of lids there. I recommend grab some disposable gloves. I double them up, so when you're taking your cattail out of its container, what I normally do is grab a handful and I'll squeeze it to get yeah, majority of the liquid out of it, and then I'll just grab little pieces and you can see how I've done it here. I've just teased it apart and spread it out in clumps on the cardboard so it can dry in the sun. So we're forecast for a sunny day here in Ruawara. It's about 11:30 AM Friday. So we'll let this dry into the afternoon. Yeah, and then yeah, I'll come back and we can test a bit later on this afternoon for a yeah, see how it turns out. So that's how I nitrate my cattail or bulrush. Yeah, take it off the stalk into the fluff, and yeah, you've seen the whole process now of the recipe I use off Dean. Thank you, Dean. I really appreciate you doing the hard work, pioneering, just working out the yeah, the right amount of potassium nitrate to get a real even burn, and yeah, bringing this to my attention. So yeah, certainly appreciate learning from others, and yeah, passing this knowledge on, so we don't have to be a YouTube pyromaniac rock star to do these things, friends. That's why I became a creator. Was anyone can have a go at this, and I encourage you to. And yeah, just with a bit of applied knowledge and a bit of practice, we can get there, friends. We can all have fun and be happy firebugs. So from Jason here in Ruawara, New Zealand, nitrated cattail, ka kite anō.